Welcome back to Hearn Family Homestead. I'm Amanda, and it's been a while since I've shown you around my garden. We've been pulling some things out and we've been replanting some other root vegetables for fall. Probably the most noticeable thing is we have torn out all the peas. They were spent and we'd gotten as much as we were going to get off of those. So we tore those out. You can see the green beans. These are purple potted pole beans that are getting ready to climb this trellis, and we're still having slug problems. We spread diatomaceous earth daily and we have slug traps set up, and it seems to be keeping them at bay at least. This is the Swiss chard that we're saving seed from. You can see that the seeds are developing quite well. We've got some red varieties and some white varieties. Our onions are getting bigger. You can see at the base they're starting to bulb. And these are Wethersfield red onions. They're supposed to be a good keeper for storage. These are our peppers. It was nice to have the shade from the pole beans while it was really hot. These three are purple bell peppers. We've got some California Golden Wonder. This is a regular California Wonder. And then we've got several shishito peppers. And I have to show you these onions. These were the ones that the chickens took back all the way down to here. And they've really come back and they're starting to bulb up. Look at that one. That should be a good size. So I was really pleased with that they came back. We've got our carrot seeds that are almost formed. You can see the little seeds in there. And then some more blooms coming on. The sunflowers are looking tall. They're actually taller than I am. And I have to show you guys this. This is our little volunteer squash. I still don't know what kind it is. I know it's a winter squash. We've sprinkled with DE because I saw some squash bugs on it the other day. So I'll be checking for squash bug eggs daily and just making sure that they don't take hold. But isn't it doing amazing? It's just spreading out in all directions. Here we've got chamomile. We've started harvesting that. And then we also have the nasturtiums over here. They haven't been loving the heat. They've got some sort of spots on them. I'm not sure what that is, but the heat's kind of had them a little stressed. These are our zinnias that we planted. And you can see that they're starting to form buds. They seem to really love it under this sunflower. This one's going to be darker. I can't wait. Doesn't that look pretty? Back here we've got our row of tomatoes. We've got Dr. Weike's yellow Roman candlestick, I believe. 2 of those. We've got some jade bush beans down here. I believe this tomato is an early girl. You can see it's more of a determinate type. And then we've got Bonnie's Best. This one, I believe, is a Brandywine. You can see the leaf shape is slightly different. These taller ones are a Hungarian Oxheart. I'm excited about those. They're supposed to be great for sauces and all things that you would use a paste tomato for. And we've interplanted some purple pole beans with those. The ones over here are taller because we did plant them first. And then we planted the other purple pole beans about a week after these. This is a Silet's Bay. It's supposed to be an earlier tomato, better for colder environments. And then we have a Glacier, and it's the same thing as developed for cooler. And then we have a cherry tomato down here at the end where the kids can get at it. Our lettuce is still holding on. I have cut it all back and it's regrown, but I am surprised that it's holding on in this heat. We do have a little bit of shade from these sunflowers for it. And then we have a row of Swiss chard and some kale. These pickling cucumbers are looking good. They're just starting to actually get some growth on those. The corn was knee-high by the 4th, so we might get some corn this year. And it's really loving this heat as well. Another big change that we've made is we pulled the turnips and beets. I pulled back all of the top mulch, about 2 inches worth of mulch off of this bed, and replanted. And underneath the mulch, it actually broke down quite well. I was very happy to see that. I replanted half of this bed in beets and the other half over there in turnips, and then radishes sprinkled in between. I will have to go through and thin everything out. I planted them fairly thick, so hopefully we'll get a good harvest off of those. And you can see I just put a little bit of the mulch back on top. I left a lot of it in the aisle over here because it was just too much. We didn't need that much on there. Here's our little volunteer berry plant. It's looking more like a blackberry to me, but could also be a thorned raspberry. If any of you know, let me know what you think this is. This is our strawberry bed. We pulled the peas out of that as well. And these strawberries, they're quinault, and we just planted them this year, so this is their first year. We trimmed back all of the, or pinched off rather, the blooms for the first couple months, and now we're letting them go. And they're actually doing really well. I'm very surprised for first year strawberries. They've really set on a crop of fruit, and you can see a few of them are starting to get red. If the kids don't get to them before they're fully ripe, then we'll get to see how big they'll get. And we've been pouring on the water with all this heat, and it seems to be working. This is our bed of lavender. They're holding on for dear life while I figure out how to take care of them. You can see they like the heat, but they also like to be watered about every day. As long as they're not sitting in water, getting their roots wet, they do like the water, I've found. And last we have our row of sunchokes. They're getting tall, no blooms yet. So thanks for joining me today, guys. Be sure and like and subscribe if you're enjoying our videos, and we'll catch you on the next video.